Thought I had forever when I said I do. Now I'm sitting here wondering what I'm supposed to do. Said you'd never leave, now I sleep on one side. But my girls pulled up and I still got my pride. I got sisters who see through the pain. Wipe my tears, help me dance in the rain. Even when love walks out and the world gets cold, I got hearts by my side that'll never fold. We cry, we fight, we laugh, still true. I might have lost us, but I still got my crew. We cry together, we try together.
Hey y'all, hey, what is up? What is up? What is up? Y'all already know what time it is. It's your girl EJ the TV Junkie, and I got my girl.
What's up, everybody? It is your girl Tiffany, and we are here to talk about these divorced sisters. What's good, everybody in the chat? What up, EJ? How you feeling?
Girl, getting it together, but I'm good. I was up early this morning looking at this, and when I tell you that this was a hot hallelujah mess, I can't wait to bring the rest of the ladies up so we can have this discussion, because why they have to be the way they are. But we gotta talk about it. It was a lot, and it was some heavy topics too. Why they so heavy today? I said I didn't wake up this morning for this.
I guess that's why the name of the episode was what? Heavy something.
Oh, heavier words or something like that.
Yeah, it was that.
yeah, because they was doing the most. But all righty, let me go ahead and bring up the crew. I got my girl Miss Lighten Up with Letitia's in the building. Hey, boo.
Hey, y'all. How you doing?
Good.
Okay.
Okay, that part. Let me go ahead and bring up Miss Candy Love. Go Candy. Go Candy. Hey,
boo. Got me hyped.
Okay.
Come on, y'all. Now hype me up.
Hype me up. Okay.
Okay, ladies.
How are you?
Tinker got me hyped.
Okay.
Yep, hype me up.
Listen, I ain't mad at it. I need a little bit of hype. I need a damn energy drink. What I need. Let me go ahead and get Tamika's Dan is in the building. Hi,
okay. Hey. Yeah, I think me and you got to split the energy drink, EJ, but I'm trying to get hype with y'all.
Okay, listen to that flipper T affirmations real quick.
Okay, real. Hype me up. I got 99 problems.
Okay.
What's up to everybody in the chat? Listen, thank y'all so much for coming through. And listen, I apologize. I'm the one who screwed up the time, but we here. And I'm so glad that you guys came through to hang out with us today. So I know y'all haven't really said anything yet, but what's up, DeMarcus, Kay Calloway in the building? To everybody who's here and ready to talk about Divorced Sistas, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Go ahead and give us some fire emojis and let us know what your rating was out of 1 to 5. 1 meaning 1 fire, 2 fires, 3, so forth and so on. Listen, I'm gonna go through and see what the ladies thought about this episode. I'm giving it a good old, I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it about 4.5. They was doing, I give it a 4 because when they start doing that double talk, that should be pissing me off. But that's about the only complaint that I have from this episode right here, staying in them damn scenes too long. Damn it, Tyler. Listen, TP, listen to your girl. Move that shit along so we can go ahead and get through this damn thing. That should be pissing me off. I was like, if we don't get away, because I was mad at what's his name, Jeff. I didn't want to sit there with his ass that long. I was done. I was like, Jeff, bye. Go work. So I'm giving it a 4 fires. It was still good to me. I really want to give it 4.5, but that's the only complaint I have this week. Tika?
I might be the only one that didn't care about the long scenes. I mean, I was okay with it because I'm so used to that style of directing and putting stuff on the screen. So I gave it a 5 whole fires because that ish had me crying like a big old baby. That's all I'm saying. A lot of times. I cried one too many times. So we ain't 5.
So we got 5 on the board. Okay. Tisha.
I'm gonna go in the middle. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4.5 because I agree that sometimes they go too long. Jefferson, Rashida. That's all they do. I mean, I was like, come on, move it along. But at the same time, I got some unpopular opinions tonight, especially about Jeff. So
oh shit. Okay. Oh, about Jeff? I don't even know how they gonna be unpopular. This gonna be good right here, y'all, because if they unpopular, that means you gotta be on the opposite side somewhere. And shit, I gotta hear this. Tamika.
I don't know. I feel like I'm jumping between a 3.5 and a 4. I definitely agree with the scenes being too long. After a while, Jeff was sounding like Charlie Brown, the teacher. I was gonna say y'all gotta fill in some of the blanks because he lost me. I wasn't even paying attention to what he was saying in some parts. I just kept hearing the baby, please. But I'm sure we'll get into that. Then some stuff just seemed to be thrown into me. And did we hear Tyler talking in one of the scenes?
And did.
That was my other thing. I think I said that shit on my video. I said that
cracking up, but yeah, I still enjoyed it.
It was good. It was still good. I said, now TP, damn it. I said, we're not finna get over here and be acting like this over here in the BET Plus streets. I'm gonna need y'all to get a new editor because if y'all need to hire me, I think Tika, you be on board too, right? Like we available.
Yeah,
we available.
They have I'm sure they got cussed out today. I'm pretty sure. And plus, I'm sorry, I'm gonna let Candy go, and then I think Candy didn't go. I'm sorry, because I was about to go in on the editing and the damn app.
Shit. Oh yeah, because Candy had issues with the app. Go. Okay, I ain't gonna do it. Okay, go ahead, Candy. I'm sorry.
I was like, I know Tika done put out the PSA. I know EJ I know they done put it out and tagged and hashtag and added these people, because Tika will at your ass and let you know what type time it is. Because I was like, when I'm gonna watch the episode, I got shit to do when I get home. I ain't gonna be able to watch the episode. I watched it maybe like 2, 3 o'clock. I was pissed because I was up early and it didn't. You know what? Anyway, but I enjoyed the episode. Like we didn't need 26 minutes of Big Sheeta Baby and that punk hook ants. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say that, but I didn't mean to say it out loud. Or that raggedy behind husband of hers. Because I don't even like him. I ain't like him since Hello. But we ain't need 26 minutes of that. And Tyler Perry, why did you do that at the end? Like, you be trying to play with people's heartstrings. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want us to feel for the
trying to make
what's
us
his name?
Vaughn.
No, what you call him on the other show?
The finesse
twin. I ain't want to feel for the finesse twin a little bit like that. I ain't feel like that.
And we gonna get into it, y'all. I got a lot of shit to say. Okay,
I give it a 4. I give it a 4.
Okay, that's what's up. Okay, shout out to everybody. Vignesh V. I'm not sure what you asking, boo, but yeah. Okay, y'all. So listen. Let's start right here because listen, y'all know I'm being real impromptu because your girl, I ain't really I got pictures, but I don't have no presentation together. But we gonna make it look like it do what it do. We gonna talk about this ninja first because we gonna talk about characters. I feel like this is the best way to tackle this show is to go character by character. It's just so much easier this way. Let's talk about this ninja. Jeff, we're gonna go ahead and get Jefferson out the way because the way I feel about Jeff right now, listen, okay, let me just go ahead and let me change my string guard up. Let me get this shit together because damn it, I can't stand this motherfucker right here. Hold on. As a matter of fact, we gonna do it like this. Okay, because I need to hear what Tisha gonna say. She going last. All right, what she gonna say. Listen, and hear me well when I talk about this mother right here. I thought that Jeff has always been on my ish list, right? He ain't been a character that I've really been liking that much regardless, right? And I knew they was gonna pull that shit about the wife thing. I said that shit last week. I was like, that's what they finna do. This is how it's finna play out, and they finna play in our faces, yada yada yada. I still think Myron like this man. Can't nobody convince me otherwise. That's my opinion. I'm gonna live with it, okay? So we gotta move past the down low story because that's what they trying to do. They trying to push us past that down low story, and they try to play a little game, and boom, right? But the way Jeff is still trash, the way Jeff is still a horrible ass husband, the way Jeff need his ass whooped, because you weren't going to even go after her. You saw your wife is visibly hurt. You didn't take your bitch ass in there. And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to have to cuss. This is just going to have to be one of them ones where I'm going to have to cuss it out.
Preach.
He did not take his bitch ass in there, y'all. When he should have followed behind her, he saw how she was. And in his own damn words, he knew that something was wrong. But you still got your dumb ass in the car and you still went. You were about to take your ass to work. And if it wasn't for Tiffany bitch ass, and yes, she can get it too. And if it wasn't for her, you still wouldn't have went in there and talked to your wife. And then that shit that you actually said when you got in there and you talked to your wife and you actually went in there and told your wife that you was jealous of her, that's some old bitch ass nigga moves right there. And that shit was pissing me the fuck off, y'all. I'm gonna leave it right there because listen, I got a lot of energy for him. Tika, let me go ahead and bring you in, girl. Tap you in. Tap, high five, tap.
But I don't have no beef for him because I felt like even if it was honesty at that moment, he was still honest with her about how he was feeling. I mean, when he went in and confessed, hey, I'm jealous. I'm straight up jealous. If it's not for you, if it weren't for you, we probably wouldn't even have a church. So I mean, I know as a man, we always expecting a man to not be that way, but he was just expressing how he felt. Now, had he kept holding that in, that could have been more resentment, towards her. So even though he shouldn't feel that way, how can we tell him how to feel? You know what I mean? And for me, I just appreciate it. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but because men like Pastor Jeff bound to mess up again. But I'm just saying, for the moment, whether it was real or fake, for the moment, he kind of bared his soul. He was real with her because he could have sugarcoated it, and then they would still be deep diving into these problems. Now, when she confessed, or when I like that Tiffany, even though she wasn't supposed to be telling, but she told him what the deal was about what happened to Rashida when they were off in college. She had to express that, or you gonna literally lose your wife. So if you don't get your ass out this car and go talk to your wife, you really gonna be by yourself. So I ain't saying I'm best friends with Pastor Jeff. I'm still looking at him sideways with that Myron situation because he could have been fired Myron a long time ago. That probably wasn't the first time Myron done got off the pocket with him. So anyway, I'll let somebody else go because I go all day on Myron. I just want to choke him a little bit. That's all.
Girl, okay. Let me go ahead and bring him I'm tapping Candy in. Candy, you big Sheeta tapped into the building. Please tell me how you felt about
Baby,
Jeff.
y'all see I'm back here rocking, right? I'm rocking because he was finna go to work or wherever.
Girl.
He didn't run behind his wife when this man. It still ain't going no. I don't care what you told me or what this man said. I don't care. You still ain't come behind me to make it right. You still ain't do that. You got in your car. You was finna go. Had Tiffany not called your monkey ass, you'd have been gone. I don't like Jeff. I ain't never liked him from hello. And it's gotten worse. I can't stand his ass. Because he used a moment that was about her to put it on him. You could did that later on, bro. You could did that later on. And it's like a gaslighting, but it was like a not gaslighting. It was like he's trying to play with my head. I didn't like that because this ain't about you. You stressed out about a church and your house is about to fall apart. Oh, your house falling apart because of a church? When hell, we need to leave the damn church then. And we just need to become members. I don't understand. Oh, Jeff had me hot. He still got me hot because I can't even really say what I want. I want to say all kind of stuff because we ain't gonna let up off Myron because we know it's something there. The way he begged him later on when he got in the car to leave that time, that man practically begged you. Y'all hunching, y'all done hunched, he done touched you, y'all done something. It's something there. I just don't like Jeff. And I need Rashida to open her eyes and don't fall for it. Okay? That's it. That's all. I ain't got no more.
Ain't got no more in me. Tamika, tag you in.
Girl, I got my church fan. It's really not a church fan, is a Apollo fan. So yes to everything you just said. Boo to them Jeff. Cause baby, I'm sorry. All this time Rashida been telling you is a problem. We got things going on. I'm not happy. I'm not liking the way you doing the things that you doing. And he been sitting here. I don't know what you talk about. You keep saying these things. I don't get it. You always want to complain. The kids been telling you that it's problems between y'all and they see it. I don't know what you told. He oblivious to every damn thing. And even to the point that you went in, slept like a damn baby, didn't know that she wasn't in the freaking house, and then came out and found out and act like you was concerned for 2.5 seconds. Then she dropped her shawl on the floor. He threw the damn shawl in the car and was about to jet the hell off. Had it not been for Tiffany opening her big mouth, which I feel like she wasn't supposed to do that, but I kind of understand that she did. I got mixed feelings because I appreciate the way that he handled the situation once he found out, but I also feel like it shouldn't have took that. But I was like, okay, that is the proper way, because had he went another way, baby, Lord knows he would have been rolling down the damn street somewhere, about to be buried in the damn grave. But I just, like I said, when he was talking after a while, I was like, wah, 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 wah. It didn't mean a damn thing to me. Obviously, it meant something to Rashida. She felt better after it. So I guess, girl, we'll see how long it lasts. And the deacon, we already knew that was the story they was gonna give. I don't believe none of that. I don't know if it's fatal attraction. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, you need to get rid of him because something going on there.
Okay, he
Mm-hmm.
needs to get fired. And then
Yeah.
last but not least, I'm tagging Letitia in. Where you at, boo? Oh, there you go. Tag.
Hey, y'all. Okay, so listen. As far as the Myron thing goes, y'all already know how I feel about it. Myron he's doing too much. He's popping up out of nowhere. He's being a stalker. That's all I got to say about Myron. Now, um, while I don't okay, while I don't like I feel like Jeff should have led with an apology, first of all, when he went to go talk to Rashida, because he made that entire conversation about him. That was wonderful and awesome that he was honest about his thoughts and feelings and him feeling jealous and all this other kind of stuff. I hear you, but that's a conversation you should have had way before now, or in light of the new information you've learned, you could have had that conversation afterwards. You should have led with an apology. Now, with that said, after Talk a Lot, Tiffany called and gave him the tea. He went on a redemption tour. Okay. So I feel like he was redeemed a little bit in how he handled Rashida. This is my thing. This is why I have to let Rashida have it. While you may, and I read this somewhere, so I'm paraphrasing, but while you may not be responsible for what happened to you that was traumatic, you are responsible for your own triggers. And so Tiffany telling him that he was Rashida's trigger is not fair to Jeff, because if he did not know what has happened, how would he ever know that is such a big deal to her and what happened to her? That is definitely something. I'm not saying she should have broadcasted what happened to her to the entire world, but if you ain't healed from it, baby, and you holding everybody responsible for holding doors for you, and if you not gonna be with somebody who's not gonna ever hold the door for you ever again, then the least they could be is aware of the situation. And you intimately are with this man, you should have told him. You can't hold him responsible for information he did not know. And so for that reason, I felt like he did the best he could with the information that he gave. And I believed him. And sometimes, and again, he has been a jerk. He has been dismissive. He has been disrespectful. But sometimes people need a jolt in order to see, oh, now he got the hallelujah moment. He said he was praying. We saw him praying. And then Tiffany called and he said he saw that as a sign. And I could see how that might be so. And so on this note, listen, Pastor Jeff all right with me in this episode. And that's it. You on mute.
I'm gonna let you have that one, Tisha, because Jeff ain't all right with me at all. I don't like the gaslighting, and I think it was very fake. I think that at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, whether she gave you that piece of information or not shouldn't determine how you treat me. You should be treating me like I'm your wife regardless. And that's my problem with Pastor Jeff, is that it took somebody telling you something traumatic about your wife. So now it almost feels like you feel sorry for her and not like it's an actual real action. I don't want you to react to something that you've heard. I need you to be this person, like be the person that you're supposed to be in this moment. If Tiffany never opens her mouth, you still walk around and you never tell me that you're upset, that you're jealous of me, that you're feeling this type of way. And we still have all these issues when all it took was a conversation. Because that's all it ever takes is a conversation.
But it also would have taken a conversation for her to tell her husband why the door thing was so important. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying how he treated her regularly, because that wasn't right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying because it was very specific. And she even said to her friends, I'm never going to be with a man who will never hold the door for me or something like that. He does not know that information. If he was armed with that information and still acted like that, we would definitely have a case for that particular thing. And he still need to get his act together. And I'm not saying he shouldn't, but I'm just saying.
No, I get what you're saying, but hear me out. And this is why I'm saying this, is because even with her not telling him, the main issue for me is that you still never reacted to her reaction, regardless if you know what it's for. You just didn't react, period. You know that there's something wrong. Common sense should tell you that, because you told Tiffany, this is it, like something is wrong, but you didn't get out that car and go see what was wrong with your wife.
He should never got in the car.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You didn't get out that car, and that's what my issues. I love how he handled it once he got in there. I ain't got no problem with that. I got a problem with that. It took somebody to tell you something traumatic, and now it feels sympathy and a real thing. And I don't want nobody having no damn sympathy for me, because you feel a way now that you know something. And I don't even care that, now that this is the thing that took you to come to Jesus moment, because it don't feel real. I feel like in the next few episodes, well, we only got 2 more, this 6, 7, 8. So maybe, I don't know, because we got to get through some more stuff. You know how it depends. I just feel like there's going to be a moment where we're going to see Jeff revert back to this same behavior, because it wasn't real. That's the only thing.
I agree. I could understand where Letitia's coming from 100%, but I also feel like in your wife, because there's a part where she said, it's 2 things that she don't go for that bothers her, and he said the thing about hanging up the phone, not answering the phone. I know it's something with the phone.
Yeah.
And then she was like, and not opening the door. Did he not know anything about the opening the door, or did he know? And then it was like, still, for her to have this extreme reaction, you would think he would have been like, well, what the hell is going on? This is not really like her. This is a little extra for her. We have our arguments or disagreements or whatever, but this is putting 20 on 10. Let me go in and make sure everything is okay before I leave. That's my whole thing. Like, I agreed. I just felt like he didn't need to know every single detail in order for him to actually come in and want to comfort her and have a conversation.
Exactly.
I appreciated the way that he acted when he found out the information, but I felt like you could have did that same thing without knowing every detail of it as well.
Exactly. And I'm one of those people that really stand on the fact that I don't necessarily have to tell you everything that has happened inside of my past. Like, per se, I get that may be something that she may not have wanted to share with him. But, and I get that maybe she should have shared it with them. I mean, you could go down the middle with that one. It really just depends. I don't know. I'm not a person who shares every last single detail of my life. So I do get it, especially if it's something that's hard like that. But again, it's only the fact that he doesn't react enough for me. You just do the thing in the car, and then you so busy, you gonna call Myron first. Ninja, what did you do? Why'd you calling Myron? Go get in there with your wife. Why you calling Myron trying to check him? No. Well, you didn't really check him, but it was just irritating.
Why you mention that? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Good question.
Who going?
Remember when we had remember when he said, "I'll call you in the car"?
Mhm.
Who was he going to call in the car then?
Girl, because it was a lie.
It took too long.
That was a lie.
Right, but okay, I hear what y'all saying. I know.
That's what I said.
I know that. I'm just saying, if that was the case, then who was he going to call in the car? Things that make you go,
Exactly. I ain't gave up on this shit yet. Something ain't right. Some don't smell right with it. But I'm gonna let the download part go for now.
It ain't going nowhere, baby.
But I'm still watching. Still watching. We moving straight to this heifer since she was in the next scene. I'm just gonna go ahead and go to her. Before I move on, any final thoughts on Pastor Jeff?
He ain't shit.
Thank you. Anybody else got any further thoughts? Tika, you were gonna say something, but you didn't finish. What were you saying, Boo?
I mean, at this point, it don't matter about Pastor Jeff. Nothing I say is gonna help his case. I just feel like all I can say is these are just my feelings. Anyway, men don't react the way that women react, and he's a man that don't react the way that a woman would react. A woman would go in the house after her significant other if they slept their dumb ass in the car. Matter of fact, they wouldn't even let them sleep in the car all night, because we would have probably went out there and be like, what the hell is you doing? Get your ass in the house. You might not be able to sleep in my bed, but you can sleep on the couch. You're not sleeping in. I mean, we react differently. And so him as a man, I just felt like that's how he was gonna react, and it took a trigger. It took something to trigger him. Now, it doesn't make it right, but it just took something for him to stop what he was literally doing and say, "Okay, let me go in here and talk to my wife." And I when the moment was about her, I still had to confess something to her, because she was like, "But all of that, I'm about to." Walk away from, I look like I'm about to walk away from this situation. So let me tell her something deep from within me, tell her how I really feel, in order to, get her to sit still a little bit longer, just to listen to me too. So I don't know. I feel like it's like she wants to be heard, but then he doesn't know how to communicate. And then all that other stuff about Myron, I'm still looking at him on my glasses done broke, but I'm looking at him on the sideways too, still about Myron. So it might be Myron just might be throwing the hell off, and then Pastor might be doing some sneaky stuff. So, but yeah, that's all.
Well, I got something to say about that.
Go ahead, Boo. I knew it's gonna be a hot topic, so go ahead.
Yeah, because, and I'm with Tika, but by him being a pastor, a preacher, a minister, man called by God, I know you're human. I know you are. I know you're human first.
You get us back in conversation mode. There we go. Okay, go ahead.
I know you're human first, but my thing is, should not you be a little bit more attentive to things? Or because you are human and you're at home, you don't have to pay attention to that? Because had it been one of your parishioners that something like that happened to, I think you would react differently. But because that's your wife and you're at home and you don't have no audience, you just turn that shit off. And I know he's human and a man first before he's a pastor. So I don't know if I'm making sense, or is it a thing? Is it a thing? Like, should it?
I know you got to ask Tika or Letitia, because they the only one on the bandwagon with Jeff and that. I'm telling you right now, I don't agree with. I think he only did that to save face. I think that ninja 100% did that to keep his wife. I think he knows to keep his wife in his church. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go in here and do this.
We never give grace to Naomi, and you never give grace to Jeff. We go with that.
I give grace to Naomi.
You do. Yeah. You do. We don't. I don't.
Okay, I was gonna say I be giving grace to Naomi.
You give grace to Naomi. I'm giving grace to Jeff. But the reason why I was about to respond to Candy is because another reason why I say he's on the redemption tour. One thing we learned about Pastor Jeff is that he grew up in foster care and that he had it rough in church. And even though he had a calling on his life, right?
Did he
have the church? Maybe this is what he grasps at because he grew up in foster care. And so his thing is, oh, I gotta be somebody. I gotta get this. I gotta grab that. I gotta get that. I'm just saying, people have different ways of dealing with things. Because look how considerate and how he was even with the Devon call. We'll get to it. I know. Later. Again, I'm with Tika that sometimes people do need a wake up call, and maybe Tiffany's call really was a wake up call. I felt like he was, because who was he talking to? He was in the car by himself. He was only talking to us when he started praying for his marriage and the fact that he loved to see on that other thing. And
he's still a preacher.
Last week, the one I'm knowing that said last week that I don't think he ever cared about her. So now I feel like I almost got to take it back.
Well, see, that's hard for me. Sorry.
Go ahead, Tamika. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I would believe that if he would have stood up for her when his friend disrespected her. Like, I still got a problem with him. You was doing all these disrespectful things this whole time. Like, anybody could talk to your wife any kind of way. Like, no, sir, because of a dollar sign. So it's like somebody said, where's his discernment? He don't seem to have any. He don't seem to be able to read between the lines. It got to take something that's extra. And it do be that way a lot of times in real life for people to snap out of it. And sometimes you snap too late. I get that part of it too, but it's like, no, sir.
It's also a real thing for you to take your spouse for granted.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And he definitely takes his spouse for granted 100%. But at the end of the day, even if you gonna take your spouse for granted, one thing we not gonna do is we not gonna let nobody else embarrass her. One thing we not gonna do is let another man encroach in that territory of disrespect for my wife. I can't get past Pastor Jeff doing any of that. Like, this one moment for me does not take away all the moments that we have seen of him. And I think it's really whack for you to be jealous of your wife in this way. Yeah, that's nice that you told her and all, but I'm sorry, but that's going to sit in my head for forever and be like, you really, instead of you hyping me up and being like glad that I'm reaching this level of things, you're so like, oh, it's about your manhood instead. And this moment that you did find out that something traumatic happened to your wife, you don't. I think it was somebody who said that they didn't lead with the apology. You didn't lead with the apology. Instead, you went in about how it affected you and how this was. I'm tired of these 3 services. Well, sir, she right there with you with the 3 services. She right there with you trying to help you preach as well. She right there with you doing the counseling and all this stuff. So that part for me just felt so unreal. That's the only part. It just feels like because Tiffany told you she about to leave you, you like, oh shit, she about to leave me. And it felt like that's the only reason why you did it. I needed Jeff to do this on his own. And then I could have that. I could be like, oh, okay, this is a redemption moment. And I see Now I'm just side-eyeing him like, I don't know. You said all the right things, but I don't believe you. So now that's where I'm at with it. Not that he didn't say the right things or not that it wasn't the correct thing to do. It's the way he did it, the order. And then is this even real now? But he blew her back out. So I guess that's all that matters when it's all said and done. Rashida just needed a little back blow. She's like, okay, I'm good now.
She was asking for it.
Let me go to the chat. Let's see what anybody had to say in the chat. Let me see. Okay, we read that one already. Yeah, he should be more intuitive with others' emotions. I think DeMarcus has some super chats. Let me go find them. I already clocked that about the pastor at the beginning of the show. Hey, Tiffany. DeMarcus, where your super chats at, bro? I know I saw him somewhere. Okay. EJ, congratulations on 11,000 subs. Hey, okay, I've been tinkering there.
Go girl.
Hey,
Go.
that's what's up. Thank you, DeMarcus. Okay, hype me up. Shout out to DeMarcus with the $2 super sticker. Okay, $3, and I know I need some theme music. And another $3 super sticker. Thank you so much, DeMarcus. Always showing love, always being supportive, and always keeping us on our toes with them questions. I appreciated the dialogue between him and his wife, the ability to verbalize their feelings and vulnerabilities. I guess I'm a softie girl. Yeah. Yeah, they was verbalizing, and it was a nice moment, but I don't want that whole you be the victim. Nigga, I'm the victim right now. Let's focus on me. Okay? I'm the victim.
Yeah.
God say forgive those so you can be forgiven. So let's see if Pastor stop acting a fool after this. Let's just give him a piece of toenail worth of grace to see,
The pinky
When Letitia start giving Naomi some grace, then I'll think about it. Let me know
I
when
did
that
give her
happens.
grace. I
Never
gave
mind.
her enough grace, but she threw it in everybody's face. She was cussing folks out. People that was trying to help her. No, ma'am, you don't get additional.
Yeah, we got to see if she gonna have the redemption next.
That's right.
on a redemption tour.
$10 super sticker from SAS Palm. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Congratulations, EJ. Hey, she always late. Thank you, boo. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's move to Tiffany, y'all. That's why I did Jeff first, because I knew he was gonna be a hot one. Tiffany, I really she said I sent you a virtual $100 girl. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna go spend it virtually.
Who said that?
She always late.
Oh, I know that she didn't.
She said virtual.
Your girl, she said virtual.
Virtual.
Virtual. And dang, Candy, that's some hater. That's messed up.
Well, I had to see who it was first.
Dang. The main question with Tiffany, there's a couple of things that we got to talk about with her, right? There's so much conversation and dialogue that we could go with Tiffany. The first one is I'm gonna touch on three things, and then I'll let y'all kind of decipher how y'all want to discuss Tiffany. The first thing is that I definitely did not agree with Tiffany and her thought process on how she wanted to and how she wanted to tell this story, how she wanted to help Jeff get to where he got to, right? I didn't think it was hers to tell. Not something that was this heavy, not something that was, because here's the thing, we don't know how Jeff would have really reacted. I mean, there could be a moment where he was like, oh, I'm not the only one that's been with my wife. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just a lot of different things that I thought about when she told him that information. I was like, girl, don't tell him. Don't do it. Just let him go find out. You can tell him, you can lead him to the water, but damn it, don't help him drink it. Just be like, look, this is serious and you need to go talk to your wife. I don't give a damn how many times he asked you what it was. Don't fold. Go in there and talk to your doggone wife and let her be the one to go ahead and tell you what it was. And if he had did that, I probably would have had a little more grace for him too, Tisha, now that I'm thinking about it. If he had, even if she had helped him that little bit and then he went in and just went in, I might have had a little more grace for him. I might have a smidget. But that was my thing with Tiffany. That was the first thing. And then the second thing was when we get to this conversation with Vaughn. I'm like, girl, you see it, you feel it. Just don't play. Don't just keep going with this. Like, you really, really do see it now. Geneva's over here blocking your calls and hitting the button. And it's like she knows it, but she's not ready. She's just gonna go play the game with it. Like, she knows that there's something. And I'm just like, at this point, I don't know, but that's the only issues that I had with Tiffany this episode was only her telling a secret, which brings me back to my initial thing. Remember when I told y'all that it's a reason why we wasn't telling these damn secrets to certain people? Here we go. This why. This bitch can't hold water. It is what it is. Next.
Okay, I know why I'm next. Okay, no problem. Talk a lot, Tiffany. Yes, indeed. She went too far. I agree with you. No, ma'am. That is something that was definitely really, she held that to her heart. You know, she only told a select few. That is not something you should have told him. And I don't care what the circumstance was. She should have taken a book from, or a page from Geneva's book and said, girl, or not girl, Jeff, you need to go and talk to your wife. Listen, it's about to be done. If you don't get in there right now, because this door thing is very serious. It's more than you think it is. I suggest you go in there. And then she should have hung up, because only reason why she called was to find out where Rashida was. He has already told her where she was. So you already got that information. She's in the house and she's safe. So now you, Pastor Jeff, go in there and go talk to your wife. The end, goodbye and good night. That's how it should have been. My other issue with Tiffany is, baby, again, she is not reading the room. Javon jumping up every chance he gets. You just met him yesterday. He's acting like a stalker. And I don't see anything flattering about that. You just keep popping up. No, sir. That doesn't show interest. That shows some stalker behavior. So that's all I got. But I'm not feeling Tiffany right now. I like her, but girl, no man, she's talking too much.
Agreed. Tamika, thoughts?
I feel like me and Tiffany looking like sisters right now, but we not working like we sisters, because I definitely would not have moved the way she did. I agree. I don't have much to add as far as her telling Jeff. I didn't think she should have. I didn't think that was her place. That's not something I would have done. The same way we've been saying that Geneva could kind of tell her the situation going on without having to go into all the details, is the same way that I felt she could have told Jeff without telling all the details. And just plain and simple, you need to go talk to your damn wife, okay? You don't need to drive away. You don't need to go nowhere else. You need to get in there and talk to her. This is not a game. This is not a freaking false alarm or anything like that. We're not doing a training exercise. This is the real deal. And let him go in there and speak to her and find out whatever he needs to find out from her. So, and then as far as the other part, I feel like all these people were playing games one way or another, because I felt like she was actually putting it out there that she is reading the room now, a little something, but at the same time, you want to play willfully stupid? I don't know where we going with this, because I don't got time for that. I'm going to ask some questions somewhere down the line, and I'm going to want some direct damn answers, okay? I ain't got time to be playing peekaboo and hide and seek and all of that.
I agree. Same. Ain't nobody got time for all these extra games. We just gonna have to go ahead and get this out. What the hell going on? But maybe that's what we leading up to. But let me go. Big Sheeta,
baby. And as somebody else said, that's why we don't tell these heifers nothing, because Tiffany, you went too far, darling. And it's already been said, but I got to say it again. You went too far. You gave him too much information. You're supposed to give him a teaspoon, not the whole cup, okay? Give him a little bit, and if he react the way he should have needed to react, then cool. If not, then oh well, he'll find out later on what happened. But she didn't only tell but two people. That was you and Geneva. Why? I don't know. I don't understand. And I need you to read the room, because Geneva got 12 faces going on when she was talking to you. You didn't realize she was making all these faces. Then when Javon popped up, she had 20 more. You didn't realize this lady Botox wasn't working, or she need Botox. You didn't see her face. You didn't see she was in distress. You didn't see that. And you don't see that Javon is playing with you.
Ignoring your calls.
What a red flag. I ain't got a red flag, but I might need to find me one. You missing all the red flags, dear heart. You're missing it all. This man is overzealous. He's overdoing it. He's doing too much. He's moving across the street already. Why? Mm-hmm. It's too much too soon. I think you got some up your sleeve, even if it had nothing to do with Geneva. I think you got some up your sleeve. Because why are you into me like this? I just met you last night. Why are you moving over here? I need Tiffany to wake up and stop telling people business.
Okay. Tag, you up, boo-boo.
Tag, you're it.
Listen, all I can say is Tiffany need her back scratched. If she trying to get a scratch, she see this tall, fine man. She keep asking her girl, what's up? Her girl keeps saying, you just got to ask him. So guess what, boo? I'm going to ask him after I get my back scratched. And when I find out that the D is good as it, you know it is, that's your problem. You should have said something. Now I'm all in, and it's me and him for a minute. I don't care if he is playing games. At least my fancy will be tickled for. Anyway, I'm just talking trash. Tiffany, she does talk too much, but we already knew that. If anybody between her and Bridget to get answers from, to it's like you don't even have to pull their teeth because they gonna tell you just a couple more questions. I mean, I understand her logic behind saying it. However, just like everybody is saying, it wasn't her story to tell. She should have just given him just an ounce of information and hung up. Because if not, he was going to keep asking her, you know, the questions like, what is it? What is it? And then the same thing, like I said, with Geneva, she basically is begging Geneva to tell her what's going on. But Geneva is telling her to ask Javon. Well, we know Javon ain't not doing nothing but playing games. And we know that he's not going to tell her the truth and nothing but the truth. He's going to keep playing the games. And Geneva looking like a straight stalker at this point herself, because she girl, just tell somebody, relieve the stress, or tell your husband priority, tell your husband so you can stop me mugging your best so-called close friend every time you see her. And that's all I got for now.
Okay. Agreed. I think we can all agree that Tiffany definitely got some loose lips, her and Bridget. So we're gonna move straight into Javon, and then we'll move over to Geneva after this. So we're gonna go with Javon first. So I want to give y'all a little visual. Hold on, let me read a few comments first before I jump into Javon. Tiffany's elevator is not going all the way up to the top. It's stuck in the middle with the lights off, girl.
From Tiffany.
She sees the sign, but she's turning a blind eye. She's going to hurt herself, and she's going to protect Rashida, but leave herself vulnerable, and that don't make no sense. Yeah. I've been sitting on EJ's channel waiting for this live for an hour, not knowing that it was on Letitia's. Oh, it's not on mine. I don't know what's going on, girl. I thought it was set up. I'm so sorry.
The check
Hold
up
on.
there?
Oh yeah, it's there. It says it's on there. I'm so sorry. I don't know. We had some technical issues, boo boo. So
it's all good. Just go to all the channels and throw a check sign up there. Thumbs up.
Yeah, go and hit thumbs up
Thank
on
you.
all the channels. We appreciate you so much. But yeah. But so let me see. Where I start with Javon, y'all. Javon, something is wrong with this man, y'all. Javon is playing games. This is not the signs of a good man. I'm sorry. I know they presented him as a good man initially, but I don't feel like a good man would do this to you. If I really care about you, like the way I'm saying that I care about you, why would I try to put you in these awkward positions? And if I know that this is your friend and somebody that you care about, why would I then try to play on their heartstrings or pull on their heartstrings or pull them into the mess that we have going on anyway? Because what we have is definitely a mess. But it's also been 6 years, sir. It's been 6 years that you and I have not communicated. We ain't done nothing. We ain't none of this. I get it, because trust me, Geneva got hers coming in a minute. But I'm going to stick on Javon right now. It's been 6 years since any of this. So why did you think it was okay for you to come in this hot and do all of this right here? I don't like it. I think Javon has a problem. I think there's so many red flags when it comes to this. I think he's giving off some serious, I don't want to call him a stalker per se, but I feel like, I mean,
doing too damn much.
Yeah, it's doing a lot. And then for you to want to look at the house next door to me, it's like you're trying to push me into, you're trying to push my buttons, right? You're trying to push me into this thing. But then when we later hear Geneva talk, I had another thought process on it. So I got two processes, right? That was my first process. That was my initial thought. But then when we get to the end, when we get to talking about Geneva, I said, oh, this nigga is doing some foreplay. I see what this is. This is their game. So it's either one of the two. So if this is their game and what they do, and he thinks he can jump back in from where they left off, and this is just how they did it in the beginning, maybe that's why he feels like he can do this, because he feels like he's turning her on and eventually it's going to lead to where he needed to lead to. That's my other thought process. But if that is not the case, then there is something wrong with this man. So that's why I say I got two different ways that I think about him. But either way, we still down at the bottom tier of it all, because I don't like it. Because you don't play in some man's face and act like you cool with me, and then you really trying to get at my wife. That's some foul mess right there. And if somebody did that to him, he wouldn't like it, probably be ready to fight. He looked like a nigga that want to fight. I'm just saying. Tika, tag, you it.
I mean, he's ruthless. He's garbage. He playing the game, and she likes the game. We've already been told that she likes the game. That's something that they do. And you know, I mean, he gonna do what a woman allow him to do. So I mean, I ain't got nothing against him. She's allowing it. She can easily put a stop to it. He told her, if you don't want me to go out with her, just say the word. But Geneva is going to let the whole thing ride until people feelings get hurt. And then hopefully he's not a dangerous psycho, you know what I mean? A dangerous stalker. Hopefully because clearly he don't know how to walk away. He's already left everything that he once upon a time had. And now he's coming for what he said he was going to have 5+ years ago. So, you know, I mean, he's nice to look at. Shout out to Christopher Riley with your sexist self. That's all I got.
Girl, he is fine. That he is. Tag, you it, Tamika.
Yeah, this man is trash. You pretty much summed up how I feel. One, I don't see how you are okay or turned on with talking to her best friend if she's the one that you want. I just don't see it. I also don't see you sitting and playing in her damn husband face and wanting to get the damn house next door where we gonna be sneaking over in the middle of the night. Like, I don't know where this is supposed to go to. And then we hear Geneva talking about, you know, oh, he's doing this on purpose and he's doing all the things for her that he used to do for me in the beginning. And I basically, she was saying she got to stop it before she gets some of that D, because then if she get it, it was so good. I'm still thinking about it 6 years later. She really not going to want to let it go. So you don't want to tell your friend because you care about her and you know that she should not be in this situation. You know the man don't want her, but you want to tell because you don't want her to get none of that D that you still want. I'm like, both of y'all is freaking raggedy in my damn book. Y'all deserve each other, and I already see how this is all gonna play out, honey. Okay, I see it a mile a damn way.
That part. Tag, Big Sheeta, baby.
Child, when Geneva told me Javon was walking around with a baby leg, I said, no wonder she's a fool, because ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna act a fool all the time if he didn't have a baby leg. He got a baby leg, and listen, I understand she's addicted to what the dick did, and that's all I can say. I'm gonna need Rashida to do better, but Javon, you playing a dangerous game, because you gonna end up 6 feet under, and I'm gonna help stomp you 2 more feet, like Madea say. You doing too much, because you can make Tiffany hurt you or Rashida hurt you. William ain't gonna hurt you, because I think y'all in cahoots with something. I think y'all got something going on. I think William is aware of what is going on, like Letitia mentioned in episode 1 or 2, I think. I think he's aware, but you playing a dangerous game, because when you play with women and play with their heart, sir, you can lose your life. That's why they have the show called Snapped. Your ass gonna end up on there. That's it. That's all.
Ooh, snapped, baby. Okay, y'all. So we just gonna move on to Geneva. You know, we had a little cross there with her, but Geneva had a couple of things going on. Geneva not only was out here doing the absolute most with not giving her friend a clue, because I still stand by my she don't need to tell Tiffany because Tiffany got loose lips. Nor Bridget. I can't wait to talk about Bridget, child. Oh, Bridget. Anyway, or loose lips. But I do think that there is a way that she can warn her and say something without saying something. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that deep. Tiffany is not a dumb person. I want to believe that Tiffany is very smart and that she would understand if you told her, listen, sis, you know I love you. We've been best friends for a long time. And hear me well when I tell you this. This is not the man that you want. This is just one that I need you to trust me when I say just walk away from it and do not get involved. Like, that's all she got to say. And she can even say, listen, I can't tell you what it is right now, Like, I can't go into details, but if our friendship, if we've been friends, she got to lean on the friendship part on this, y'all. Like, she got to lean in on the friendship, because that's what's going to, that's what's going to help her to be able to say this in such a way that her friend is going to hear her. Because if Tika says to me, EJ, listen, girl, listen, I can't tell you what it is, but just know that this right here is not a good look, because it's just something I can't talk to you about right now, but just trust me. I'm going to hear Tika and I'm going to listen to her, and I'm going to move the fuck on because my friend said this. And I just feel like that's all it takes. You don't have to tell her what it is. I know everybody want her to say the thing, but y'all see Tiffany can't keep a secret. Shit, I can't tell her either. I'm sorry. But you can tell her something. And that's what I don't like about Geneva, because Geneva is running around here when you can save your friend some heartbreak. And then when we get to that conversation that she has at the end with Rashida, and we find out what it really is, you really, really still in love with this. And I've been saying she bored with William. William looked boring as hell in this. Shout out to Ronrico, because I love you down real, real bad. But he is playing the hell out of William, and William feels very boring. William feels very routine. William feels very left, right, left, right. I'm just saying. I mean, he did ask her to go in the shower, but that felt like it was, I don't know, something about William is a little off for me. I'm not willing to say that he's cheating, but just William gives, I'm not the thrill of the, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all get what I'm saying, okay? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. But there was that. And then there's the stalker thing. You're projecting so hard that you want William to have cheated so badly that you're willing to try to prove something that is all this stuff that you're saying is all circumstantial. You're a lawyer. You know all of this shit is circumstantial. You know that you haven't proven a damn thing at this point, but you're willing to make it true in your head so that you can justify what you're about to do next. Because let's just keep it real. She's going to do it. She's going to do the thing that she's already done. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when it happens and how this all comes out. But, we here now. Let's see. I started with, okay, I'm going with you, Sheeta, first. Big Sheeta, baby.
Listen, this heifer told me too much today. She told me she ain't wash her ass this morning. She told me that she was stalking this damn lady that she think her husband likes, or in hunching or something. Then you go so far to follow this lady smoking a joint. I guess is what she was doing. I don't know. You following the lady. You go to her building, her place of employment, her work, her job. And then you leave your phone to get recordings of what? What you wanted to hear? What was you gonna do with what you heard? Was you ready for what you thought you were? You ready for that? Were you going? What was you gonna do with that information when you got a baby leg playing with you every time we look? And that's why I'm gonna keep calling Javon baby leg. You got a baby leg playing with you every time we turn around, but you want this thin mint to be hunching and riding your husband. Is that what you really want? Leave it alone. Leave well enough alone for you find out something you really don't want to find out. That's all I can tell you. I'm gonna need her to calm down, because all the secret spy shit she doing ain't working. It makes her look crazy. You look weird. It's strange. I don't get it. I don't care for Geneva. I don't. I just need her to go do something. Go do something.
Girl, listen, SAS Palm. She said she thought it was funny when Geneva said once Tiffany sleeps with him, it's too late. Listen, that's because, Javon is packing something. He packing a little something. He got her sprung. Okay, and that part, he got her sprung, so she already know what's finna go down. Tika, talk about your girl Geneva.
I mean, I just wanted to go sit down. Just sit down. Sat down somewhere. Sit on the cliff and just sit down.
Sit down.
Listen, I mean, she's doing what she thinks or she feels like she has to do to prove that her husband is doing something wrong. Rashida has already said it. You're only doing this to justify your past actions, and you'll justify what you want to do with Javon. It was smart. I understood what she was doing by leaving the telephone in there, because she knew that old girl Maddie's mama was gonna call somebody after she left out of that yoga studio. So, okay, I left my phone. And when did she start smoking? I was just like, girl, they got you so stressed out that you out here smoking? Like, when did all of this occur? Like, this just threw me off because I was just like, okay, but then and one other thing, because we already know Geneva ain't straight. She ain't all there. I like what she was wearing though. She was dressed to the nines when she finally did take a bath and put on something nice. I like that outfit, that trench coat type. She was on her private investigator-ish. So, she did what she had to do. I mean, we know why she's doing what she's doing. Like I said, she talked to Rashida, and Rashida was telling her, you only doing this because you want to find something on your man. But that man is so, Geneva, if you don't want your man, give him away. Give him to somebody that will love and care and treat him with respect. But the way you doing William right now, because I'm not seeing no proof that William is doing something. He may not be, but right now I'm not seeing anything that he's doing. So, what's done in the dark will come to the light.
Yep, that's what they say. That's what they say. What's done in the dark comes to the light. Now, I agree with you 100. She's killing me with that baby leg. I agree with you 100%, Tika. Absolutely. Geneva gonna need to go ahead and get it together at this point. She don't want her husband anymore. And what's sad about this is that so many times people think that, oh, I'm missing this. I said it in my review earlier. We already seen this. Tyler Perry did a movie about it. It's called Temptation. Sometimes you think you want to join the Mile High Club, and then you end up with something that you really don't want. She don't know Javon, and let's just keep it real. Javon, I'm gonna double back one more time, y'all, and then we gonna move. I'm gonna move on to the next person. But Javon, I'm gonna say this: Javon has showed her who he is when they steal moments, when they steal these moments together, when they're and that's the person that he wants to show you, because why would I show you anything other than who I want you to see in this moment? Why would I show you anything other than that? You don't know how this man is when he's sad, when he's hungry, when he's hangry. You don't know how this man is when something is not going his way or just in regular life. You only know him in these passing trysts, and you ready to blow up your entire life. I feel like that's a real life thing. I feel like there are really people who be willing to blow up their lives because they feel like they find something else that's exciting, because the partner that they chose to be with is not fulfilling the needs. And I know as we grow older, our needs change, things like that happen. So I'm not hating on her or saying anything is wrong with how she's feeling, but I believe in communication. And I believe, like, if we talk to our husband and we say, listen, this is how I'm feeling, and this is what I need. And if then your husband doesn't try to fulfill those needs, if he doesn't try to make an effort, then we need to be trying to move on to what the next step would maybe, because I am not an advocate for being unhappy in a marriage. I think that if you are unhappy in a marriage, that's just, I don't want my life to be miserable because I'm unhappy in this marriage. And let's be real, people grow out of love and people are not happy sometimes. If that's the case, talk about it. Let's move on. Give the person a chance to make the change. And if they just truly don't, then maybe it's time to move on. You're a lawyer, girl. This easy and simple. But I feel like because she's a lawyer, she also knows that if I catch this man cheating, this might, like, everything was going through my mind when I'm thinking about why she's doing this so much. I'm thinking about the lawyer side of it. I'm thinking about it'll be easier for me to leave side. I can blame this on you and not blame this on me. And I think that just makes Geneva even more of a morally damaged person. I'm gonna say it like that. Tag Letitia.
Okay, so at this point, I hope that William is cheating, because he might as well play the same games that Javon and Geneva are playing, because she is not a good friend. She is not a good wife. She's too busy worried about joystick Javon to even think about her friend or her doggone husband. And I have a problem with that. She is doing too much. Ain't thought about the baby at all. Ain't picked her up in a month of Sundays, but you could stalk her stalk the mama at the school and at her place of business. And that was some old premeditated stuff, counselor. Taking your phone in there and leaving it in there and coming back. And I mean, I was all that work. Girl, no, ma'am. You could just ask the folks. Oh, and another thing, because she's so worried about that joystick, she should just tell Tiffany. Otherwise, she gonna lose it to Tiffany. I'll be like, girl, at this point, I don't even care. I'll be like, listen, that's mine. Because she done already told us that she liked this game. She already told us that it is turning her on. Well, baby, then go get it then. She need to be a divorced sister right now.
Not right now. Did everybody go? No, I think Tamika is the only person that didn't go.
Yeah, Letitia summed it up for me. Like, I don't get what we talking about. And we all knew the reason why she was doing this and what, she was trying to go for. Rashida literally was sitting there looking at her like, girl, and what? What you gonna do about it? What's next? Like, what's happening, Captain? Because you ain't about to sit here and play in my face. We know why you doing this and why you want William to be guilty. And the funny thing, too, is when she basically was like, damn, I just lost my train of thought that quick, what I was going to say. But the fact she's saying that this is turning her on. Oh, when she said he was boring and he cheating. And Rashida basically was like, girl, 1 + 1 is 2. If he's boring, then you know damn well he ain't cheating. Because he got the same damn routine every single day. He don't switch up. He don't change. So we know that this is something that you want to be true. So that way you would be able to move on, not be, feel guilty, put the blame on him, and then say that this happened after the fact. But it's not going to go the way that you want it to go. It's not going to be what you thought it was. And you're going to get what you want. You're going to get that third leg, the joystick, and all of that. And, the grass ain't greener on the other side. When William asks move on, then you're going to probably be crying tears because then you're going to have the real Javon and you're going to be stuck with him. And I'm going to see if it's still going to be turning you on. That's the bottom line for me.
When he go back to his ex-wife.
Girl. Let me see. We got a comment. I think she does know Javon. They talked about baby names, but you may be right. She may not know enough to risk her marriage. And that's my whole thing is that Tamika always has this saying about the representative. And I stand on the representative in this part, especially in affairs. Too many times we see that people have affairs with people because they're missing something at home, right? And this person that they have this affair with, it seems to have this thing that they miss. Again, another Tyler Perry reference. He told us a long time about the 80-20 rule when we was looking at why did I get married? There's always these things. Nobody's ever going to get 100% of anything that they need from a person. If I'm having an affair with somebody, I'm telling you right now, I'm not showing them none of my bad sides. You're not finna see none of my bad sides. You're finna see all of the good sides because guess what? That's what I get to show you. I get to be everything good for you. I don't have to be this other stuff for you because we just having stolen moments and I'm not showing you none of that. So, and I would think that would be true of most people having an affair because why? Because that's like being married. Like that's being married. Shit.
Right. You don't want to do the things you're doing with them because yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you just put on a show. You just put on the front. You get to, it's like playing dress up or something. You get to be this other person for this moment. And then you got to go back to your real world, your real life. And that's why I don't think that she knows him at all. And then think about what he's doing right now. I need one of y'all to speak on it, but what he's doing right now, do y'all think that shows a sign of someone who is that you would want to be married to if they would come infiltrate you this way, then try to date your friend in front of you? I don't know if that shows a good quality per se. Anybody have any thoughts before we move on? Ladies.
Yeah, that would absolutely turn me off. Nothing about that would turn me on. It's one thing for you to make me jealous, maybe with a stranger, or just try to sneak behind and say little things. It's still bad, but behind my husband back, letting me know, like, listen, I'm divorced, girl. I'm free now. If you get free from him, me and you could get down for the get down. But it's another thing to be around somebody that is my friend, a close friend of mine. No.
He's manipulative, and that
would dry me right on up. Nothing about that would get me wet.
Yeah, that's definitely not a turn on. But how many relationships has Geneva really been in? Like, how long has she and William been together? Is that her first love?
I think that's her high school. I think they said
Okay,
it. I think
so
they
is
said
that,
it
yeah.
somewhere.
So with that being her first high school love, that means that's her first sexual partner. So guess what? Potentially her first sexual partner. So guess what? Javon come in slanging the D left and right, and he putting it down way better than what William is or is ever been capable of doing, because young love, nobody really taught him. He probably don't even got Pornhub. You know what I'm saying? He probably don't have those things to teach him to do the thing that women can find to turn them on. And so she get this man Javon who's doing all the different things, teaching her some things too, teaching her some things about herself. He probably was the first man to actually give her orgasm, which is another reason why she is so up under Javon the way that she is. And so she just don't, like you said a while back, EJ, she don't want to completely detach herself from her husband. Or somebody mentioned it, because what if the baby really is Williams? You know what I mean? And then she needs to find a justification to actually leave him. She's been with him long enough. She loves him, yes, but she's probably not in love with him.
Exactly. Yeah. I think people fall out of love, especially like you said. I had forgot about that particular part, that they have been together for a long time, because I'm almost positive that they tell us somewhere down the line at the beginning that these two have been together for a pretty good hot minute. And if that is the case, like, maybe you just have fallen out of love. This just isn't the way to go about it. Like I said, I'm not an advocate for unhappy marriages. If people are unhappy, they should absolutely move on, because you only get one life. And just because you married this person and you thought that this was your forever, shit happens. And it's just a way to do it. And it's a way to do it and be morally right and have yo whatever. I mean, just a way to do it. It's gonna hurt the other person regardless, but there's still a way to do it and be like, just be honest with people. I just feel like honesty just gets you so much further than this mess that she's doing with Javon. And I feel like this has the potential to get somebody hurt. Whether it's William, Tiffany, whoever, like, so many people could get hurt behind y'all playing these little stupid childish games. Like, no. And I don't think that Javon is going to be who she thinks he is. And then again, he might be, but I just don't think he's going to be. But I can't say it 100% because, he might actually be decent. I don't know, but I don't like what he's doing. But to me, that makes him not decent. So yeah, I don't know.
And I was going to mention that I forgot that Geneva and Javon were co-workers. So the office or building romance, that's what she's playing off of, because we was having fun. We could sneak it. We was having fun. We're not dealing with bills, life, children, family, illnesses. We're not dealing with that. So it's cool from between 9 and 5, 9 and 6 or whatever, that we can play these little, Javon was fun for her. And she just took it too damn far. And if, like Tamika said, that give me the Sahara Desert if you are willing to sacrifice my girl. Well, you ain't sacrificing my girlfriend. I am, because anyway,
both of us are. We both do. We both do playing a dangerous game, but he don't know her.
He don't Tiffany nothing, so he ain't sacrificing her. Geneva is sacrificing her friend by not telling her what she needs to know to leave this man alone. She's not giving her that. Tiffany gave Jeff too much, but she ain't giving Tiffany what's her name? Wait a minute. Tiffany gave Jeff too much, but she ain't giving Geneva, not giving her nothing. It's like an imbalance with these friendships. If they're supposed to be best friends or whatever, you're supposed to be able to give information the way it's supposed to be. Like, she's not telling enough. She's not giving her enough information, but let it be something else. She can tell that, but you can't tell your friend that could possibly be hurt by this man playing games. And why do you want to be with him if he's willing to sacrifice your friend, or you're willing to allow him to sacrifice your friend to play games with you? I don't understand Geneva. I'm really lost with her. I
agree. All right, we got to double back and we got to actually talk about Rashida, because we didn't talk about her. We leaned more in on Jeff. We didn't really talk about all the things that was going on with Rashida in this episode. So in this episode, of course, we know that Rashida was feeling really, really hurt. We learned that she definitely had a big trigger with this door. I know we said that it can't just be the door. It got to be something else. It got to be deeper than that. It got to be more than that because of the way that she reacted. And we learned that she had this traumatic experience in college and that door really does have a significance. But more than that, she's a woman feeling like a man just doesn't love her in this marriage anymore, like she's losing her husband. And then we also learned that she's really great at what she does, that Rashida is the one that the people at the church cling to. Rashida is the one that's kind of the life of this thing that they've been building, and that she has this remarkable calling on her. And that she knows how to keep a secret, that her friends can tell her things and she's not going to go back and tell them to other people, because we know that she knows about Geneva's affair. She ain't said nothing to Tiffany. I feel like Tiffany would have. That's just shade to Tiffany. Tiffany would work my nerves, y'all. But in all fairness, I personally didn't feel a way about Rashida not telling her husband. I was okay with her maybe wanting to keep that to herself for whatever reason she felt she needed to keep that to herself. I do get that when we have, when we get into a marriage and things like that, we supposed to share. But I do feel like there are certain things that maybe people don't want to relive, and maybe she hasn't dealt with her own trauma, and maybe that's the reason why she hasn't shared it. I just don't want to judge it too harshly, because I don't either. I don't tell every single thing, especially if it's just something that I want to be. If I've only shared it with one person and I don't want to share it with nobody else, and that includes my husband, I don't think necessarily that she had to do it. And I'm not going to put that on her because of how he treated her. I just think that at the end of the day, this is the only character that I feel like I 100% be relating to, in the sense of I just be wanting her to win. Like, I want her to win all the time. And she just ain't done nothing for me yet. That's just like I can't stand Rashida. I just think that Rashida is just overall someone who's really, really trying. Now, I don't know about these kids, because these kids horrible, but I don't know. I guess we'll talk about that another day. But other than that, that's really all I got on Rashida. And not too much on Rashida for me. Tamika, then Tisha, then Sheeta baby, and then Tika Dusha.
Yeah, I agree. I don't have too much on Rashida. I think she's a good friend. I think she's been a good wife and trying her best to let her husband know, listen, we got some issues. We got some things. I'm not happy. This is not right. It ain't going right. And he just was not hearing it. And she knew once he kept going on and on about it, like, bro, what the hell is going on? You don't even talk like this. Like, who said what? And she did the countdown. Like, it wasn't this one or that one, because they didn't know about it. Only these two know, and only Tiffany gonna run her mouth. I thought they said Bridget was the one that can't hold damn water. To me, Tiffany got her damn beat at this point. But nonetheless, she put two and two together quick, fast, and in a hurry. I was frustrated when she was saying, like, please just give me time. Let me have a little time to myself, because for me, when I get to that level of anger, I need time to bring it back down. And I don't want you up in my damn face either. I want to be able to think and, go take my shower, calm my own self down. And I felt like he kept pushing it, and I wanted to kick him in his damn neck. But at the same time, he came back around and she was able to relieve a little bit of stress. So I guess it, worked out. But other than that, I didn't really have too many issues pertaining to her.
Okay. Tag, teacher.
I too am the type that I go silent when I get super angry. I cannot talk, and I tell people, please just leave me alone, because I'm going to say something that I mean, and I'm not going to take it back. Mm-hmm. So I need time to go and process, and then I can come back and have a good conversation with you. The other thing is that, Rashida, I also do not believe that you owe anybody on the earth all of your secrets. However, Rashida is the one that was talking so much to Jeff about, she's still a person, she's human, and she's flawed. She was talking to Jeff about communication. And part of that communication is, in my opinion, she should have told him, because she's holding him responsible for the door thing. And he has no idea why it is so very important to her. And also, you can tell she is not completely healed from it, because it alters the way she sees things in terms of how she thought it was okay. Not that I think she thinks it's really okay, it's not, but how accustomed she had gotten to him not treating her well, when she was like, this ain't even you. So you've gotten so accustomed and okay with how he's been treating you, you just keep dealing with it. You keep dealing with it, and to him, you're nagging. But he doesn't know why this one thing is bothersome and so bothersome for you. I feel like if you're going to talk the talk, you want him to communicate with you, you have to learn how to communicate with him. And obviously, this was something that was very huge, very traumatic, and it still takes a toll on her. And how is her husband going to be able to help her with that if she doesn't let him know? So that's all I got. But I love Rashida. I do not think that she's problematic. I think she's a really good friend. She's a good wife. She's a good first lady and all of that. But she's still a flawed human being. And she doesn't mean that she's always right. And so in this case, she needs to learn how to communicate.
Okay. Big Sheeta, baby.
Yeah. I really think so. Jeff has told us two things. Today, he told us that she is the one that everybody likes. She is the one she's the reason why people are at the church. Well, he told her three things. And then the first episode, he said, you talk too long or talk too much. 3 minutes all she needs. You has stifled to her so long that you saying she talked too much, she talked too long, she long-winded. Because she is the real person that was probably called by God. But she took a back seat because of you, probably a traditional man, or want to be traditional by having the man as the pastor or the head of the church and the woman be the first lady. But you didn't want to do it in the reverse order because it seems like Rashida was the one that has the calling, not you. You said people don't like you at the church. You said that people probably wouldn't be there if it wasn't for her. You said that, which means you the one that probably wasn't even called. That's why you allow Franklin to talk to her the way he did. That's why you don't see shit through the way it is. That's why your kids are the way they are, because you don't see, because you were not the one that, and I said this earlier, some ain't right about it. But now I figured it, because your ass wasn't the one that was called. That's why you don't have no discernment. That's why you don't see stuff when stuff wrong, because you ain't the one. You've been playing the whole time, and she is the one that should have been at the head of the church. She is the one that should be the head of her family, not you. It's clear. You've told us. You're not the one. She is. And she's taking a backseat to this man that might have a boyfriend named Myron, but who knows? Anyway. That's it.
Tikadushi.
What can I say? My only thought, when I think about Rashida, I just think about she's the secret keeper. She's the confidant to everybody. She's counseling other people. But who does she get to talk to? Who does she get to talk to about her problems, about her issues, whatever she's dealing with mentally? Who does she get to talk to? So only thing I really have with Rashida is I felt like she should have gotten some shape, form, or fashion of therapy a long time ago in regards to her situation, her incident that happened to her, because look how it has affected her so many more years later. Like literally nobody opening the door for you is a trigger. We don't even know where the "don't hang up on me" came from. We don't even know what that trigger what that situation was that started that trigger. But knowing, because she was locked in a room and FA'd and not allowed to go out, and the person that she trusted didn't open the door for her. Now he's the man that's married to her, Jefferson is, and he's taking her through all these different emotional roller coasters, and he's not protecting her. He's not opening doors for her. I feel like she just should have gotten some shape, form, or fashion of therapy a long time ago. And she definitely, even if she couldn't reveal the full details, she still should have said something to Jefferson to let him know, hey, this is why I feel the way that I do. Maybe, just maybe, that would have stopped him in his tracks and caused him to be a better communicator, especially to his wife. Yeah, you can get up in front of the church and love on the people, but you got to be able to love on your family, especially your wife, if you know, as well. So I don't know. I listening to her story, I was crying and I'm like, damn it, Tyler Perry, I did not wake up this early in the morning to go on this emotional roller coaster with you, but I'm gonna roll on it, and that's what happened with Rashida. So, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. That moment was just deep for me. That's all I got, y'all.
Okay, that's what's up. No, completely understand. No, I do get where everybody's coming from. I get everybody's point of view about it. At the end of the day, I think it just is a matter of how we communicate with each other. I think for me, Jeff has just always been a no. It would I encourage just this thought process for 1 second. Do we even know if Jeff ever made it easy for her to talk to him about anything? Maybe this might be a reason why she has never told him the thing. Maybe he's not someone that she feels comfortable enough to tell this particular piece. And I don't know. It got to be a reason why she didn't share this with him. If she, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people tuck things away and they deal with things in a different way. I don't know. But whatever the case is, like I said, I just think that, I think Rashida I don't know. I like Rashida. She the only character on here that got some common sense at this
Why did
point.
she marry him then, though?
I mean, but you can marry people and not tell them everything. My husband don't know everything about me, and I'll never tell him everything about me. I just
That's
feel
not
like
what I mean.
But I'm saying she doesn't owe him to tell him.
I didn't say you did. I'm just saying no. No, I was just responding to what you were saying in terms of like, maybe he's never made it easy for her. Well, then is this new for her?
But there's also somebody else also said this, and it makes me think about this too. He knew that there were two things. What if he did know the other thing? He just didn't know why the other thing was a thing. That's the other thing. So if you knew that it was because he said it, he says, he talks about the hanging up the phone, but he says two things. And then he says that when she said something about the door thing, it's just Tiffany had more information on why the door thing was a trigger. I don't think that he doesn't not know that the door thing was a thing. I think he knows that, and that he just did it because he knows it. I don't know. It's just something about it is just off. But it also could be a continuity thing. So we can't really say 100% because continuity is it's like they say it in a way to make it feel like he knows that it's two things you can never do to me. Don't open the door for me, because I know I'll probably be that person that be like, it's two things you can never do to me. You can't not open the door for me, and you can't never hang up on me. And I may not go into detail why, but I'm just telling you these are the two things. So what if she did have that conversation with him but never told him why? Then that means that he probably did that on purpose. I don't know. I'm never going to give Jeff any grace, but I do understand. I'll give Jeff all the grace. I'm not giving Jeff no damn grace. Naomi wasn't in this episode, y'all, this week. Neither was neither was William. Lord have mercy. I'm saying that man's real name. Wow, I never thought of it that way, that maybe Pastor Jeff wasn't the one who received the calling. In so many words, he said his manhood felt. He did say his manhood felt threatened. He felt like he should be the head. And a lot of times, especially when we're in church, because my brother was a preacher, and I just know that a lot of times in these environments, the man, like, that's a literal thing. Like, the man is supposed to be the head of the household, yada, 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 like all these things. And especially if you're somebody in church, like that, people take those things literally. And he does feel threatened by his wife being the one having this calling. But I just think that there comes a point where he has to realize, like, yes, she does have this calling, and I'm going to support this calling instead of being jealous of this calling, because it gave very much jealous to me.
And the book, he mentioned the book. Your book.
Yeah, he said the book.
I said, I know this Negro ain't say yo. we having a dick measuring contest now? Because that's
He said her book was doing better than his.
I said, I know he did. You know what? He happened.
So you would want if your book was doing better than hers, that would make you feel better? Because I feel like my win is your win. So why come if I win, we don't win? Like, because if you won, I know that I would be hyping you up. If you won, I would be like, baby, you was doing your thing. Your book is you was doing it. But
this
now
man
that
was called, this man keep letting us know he was not called. He just went up there. He did. He went.
Teacher told me she didn't miss Naomi at all. Yeah, no, like seriously, it is giving that I stepped into this, but I wasn't called to this. And I'm okay with people stepping into something, but there are some people who really are called, and you can tell by their charisma and the way that people react to them. And maybe, Jeff, people aren't having that reaction to you because maybe that's not your position and your place. Maybe sometimes you might have been put there to help Rashida, to maybe y'all would get to this church sooner if you would allow her to be, because you said that people like her, right? She might be the one that can help raise this money a little bit quicker so we can stop having 3 services. But
Destiny's Child up there, she and Beyonce still cool. They can do a concert real quick.
that part.
They call Beyonce and Kelly. Shoot. They'll make 200,000. Shoot.
I'm just saying.
If Jeff was nicer to Naomi, they would have the money. Because I'm sure by Naomi being Rashida's friend, she would break her off. She would help. But because
I didn't think about that.
Because he wanted to be a butthole, Naomi ain't giving him nothing. And I don't blame her at this point. So, you know, Pastor Jeff, you done
I
stuck
think
your
we find out Pastor Jeff only got that money for that church because the granddaddy said, he wrote it in somewhere. The money can go wherever it need to go as long as a man is the head of the church. I bet that's what we're gonna find out, because Jeff is a piece of crap. He's not a minister. He's not a pastor. He's not. He is not. He told us today that he really wasn't. He wasn't called. He just went over there because that's what the granddaddy said. And her daddy was a pastor too, right? So yeah, that's why he up there.
Yeah, that it was her dad's her grandfather's endowment that started the church and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's what the issue is. It's her family. She need to go tell them go on somewhere.
That's a beautiful thing to have a calling on your life like that, Tiffany. Thanks for sharing. I think at some point Rashida did not trust him with something that serious, and she didn't feel that he is compassionate enough to understand. I agree, Angelica. I feel like he's been showing us his level he's been showing us for a while. And I think even if she might have gotten to the point where maybe I might want to share this at some point, where they were at right now, I don't think it was ever going to be shared because they was just in a state of chaos, because Lord have mercy. I don't even like them little kids they got. They doing too much. So let's bring it on home, y'all. We got 2 characters to talk about. We'll talk about them together. We got Bridget and we have Vaughn. I'm going to say something real quick about Cav. Look at them holding hands in the bag. That's why I took that picture. Look at them holding hands in the bag. Oh, look at there. Look at them. Okay. She got that back blown up. Sometimes that's all it takes is a little bit of. Okay. But anyway, let me get back focused. Okay. Bridget and Calvin are having this doggone conversation. Calvin is working my nerves because Calvin crosses this line sometimes of, I get that you like her and all this type of stuff, but it's the way that you come at her with it. It's the way that you talk about it. First of all, you came up into their house. Listen, y'all know I love my finesse twin, but my finesse twin stay finesse twin over in the ruthless streets. He is Vaughn over here in these Divorced Sistas streets, and he been a lot. But Calvin is the one who came up in there to their house. Vaughn has a damn point. I'm sorry, I can't be mad at that. You came over there with the aggression. You didn't even speak to Bridget. You just came in there. I love my key. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't even say hi. I'll never forget that man didn't say good morning to her and just walked in her house without being invited. And then you wanted to go upstairs and confront this man. And now you want to call the police. Like, I don't think that that's right. I think Calvin is being a buster. I think that he likes Bridget and he just won't say it. It's giving, I'm gonna pull your ponytail every single time in the back of the classroom because I like you. You know what I'm saying? And do all the things, and now I'm gonna do this thing. And then Bridget wasn't doing enough for me. First of all, I'm gonna need you to hold this man down. If you love this man, because that's what Bridget, you love the man. You love the man, you care about the man, you want to be with the man. And I get it. And this is all set to the side. I don't care about what Vaughn got going on. He ain't got no job. He be quitting jobs, all that stuff. All of that set aside. She somehow, whatever the case is, she care about this man and she loved this man. Okay. It shows that she does. She been putting up with it for this long, so she got to, right? So if that is the case, then go ahead and just hold that man down. Don't be out here telling where he's staying, where he at, all this stuff, especially not to Calvin. Let him figure that stuff out on his own because he was wrong. In my opinion, he was wrong coming up in there, starting that mess with that man. And I need to let Bridget to stop letting other people decide what she does with him. Either you want to be with him and you're going to accept what he is bringing to the table, whether it is something or nothing, or you're just going to not or walk away from it, one or the other. But I feel like her decisions are based on what other people think, and she's only doing it because other people think that she shouldn't be with him. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I don't know. Bridget is irritating my soul right now. And Calvin, I've been done lost respect for him. Tika, I'm starting with you.
Yeah, Calvin had no business just going up in the house. That's a red flag. He's like a big, super big red flag. Because if he's that aggressive, to walk in the house, don't say hello, good morning, don't say none of that. Where's my key? Where's he at? And that's not, even if she wasn't with Vaughn, he shouldn't be the man that she needs to be with, because he just was straight up disrespectful when he walked into the house. And as far as, she like Vaughn. She like what Vaughn brings to her home. He brings companionship. He brought some love. He brought in what he knows as love. He brought that to her, and she just done effed it up. I mean, listening to everybody else, like, that's the problem. She, like you say, EJ, she was listening to everybody else and letting everybody else dictate how her relationship. Oh, don't do that. Don't show me that, because that made me want to cry. But it shows me she's allowing everybody else to dictate how she moves in her relationship with Vaughn. So.
Okay, yeah. That part. And then also, let's make sure that we touch on the fact of what actually happens, because Bridget gets it's out at the scene. Bridget gets a phone call, a text message, and the text message says that he done. He about to unalive himself, right? So they were touching on something that was really, really, that's a really tough conversation, because just that conversation in general is just such a hard conversation, because you can never speak to people's mental state and how they're feeling and where they're at, because people can be smiling, people can be laughing, they can be doing all the things, and deep down inside they can be hurting. He actually does touch on his mental health at some point, and even though I be talking major crap about him, at the end of the day, we don't know exactly all the things that he's going through at this point. We don't know why he's quitting these jobs. We don't know why he's doing all of these things. Like, there's a lot of story that we don't have if we're just keeping it real. A lot of times, in order to really decipher and really have a strong enough opinion about something, or to talk about it, you need a little more context as to the backstory of a person. And right now, the only backstory that we have is that, I think they've mentioned it twice now, is that his mom doesn't want him around, but he's 30 years old also too. So we got to think about that. So when he says she doesn't want him around, is this more of all my life she has never wanted me around type of thing? Like, as a child, like, I feel like we got to go into we need a deeper story to find out where Vaughn is mentally and why we got to where we got to in this particular episode, right? But since we don't have that, just based off of what he's been saying, I'm going to make an assumption that his relationship with his mother all the way up until now has been just that, one where he has not felt loved or wanted. It may explain why he's with an older woman. because of that. It may have a lot of things to do with, you know, his mommy issues per se. I'll say it like that. And this could bring us to where he's at this moment. But I also will play devil's advocate, because I am by no means am I not going to say that Vaughn is not using this either, and that he could be playing us. And he really has no intention of doing what he's saying he's going to do, but he needs to get back into Bridget's space. And so he's using this because people will do that too. So I don't know. Big Sheeta, any thoughts?
Yeah. Is Tyler Perry writing the show himself, or does he have somebody else in the writer's room? Because again, and I just thought of this again. Last week he told us these jobs be playing with my mental health. He told us today he's 30 and he hadn't like really done anything with his life or something to that effect. So because we now know that age, by you thinking you're not, those jobs are messing with your mental health, and then you're 30 years old, your mama don't, you know, so you've told us, we just got to put the puzzle together. Like, you're not happy with those $12 an hour job or whatever it was that Calvin with his, he need to go sit in and hit a boxing, whatever them things called. He need to go do some workouts or something, because he need a stress reliever. He must have had a tournament, a match or something coming up, because he is too aggressive with talking to Bridget with his fist. Oh, my light went out with his fist balled up. I said, why is his hands balled up talking to this lady? Why your hands not in your pocket, relaxed and chilling? Your hands was balled up beside you. But anyway, I got to turn my light back on. Let me cut it back off. But anyway, let me go back to Finesse Twin. So I hate that he is feeling the way he's feeling, but I see, you know, like you just said, he's with Bridget because of the age. Because he told us last week, you remind me of my mama. You sound just like my mama. So they're telling us we just got to put it together. And I hope he finds help. I hope he does, because we're in the age now where everybody is talking about their mental health. Everybody is focused on therapy. They're talking about therapy. Tamika does a therapy session. You know, Miss Kira does a therapy thing. You know, Tika had a Tika wind down. So everybody is talking about it now. It's a thing. So I wish he would have found some assistance before we got here. I just hate we got here. I'm not giving him any, you know, for not doing work. I don't know why he don't want to go to jail. Maybe he's on his third strike and can't go back. And maybe that's why he can't find a job. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I don't want to give him too much grace. Well, I guess I got to give him some because he's going through something. But only because of what has transpired, or what it seemed like has transpired, I'm gonna give him a hug. But I just hate, like EJ said, I want to find out what happened in his life as to why we're here. And he's saying the things that he's saying. My mama don't love me. My mom don't want me. You know, and why he think he's 30, and I guess he think he's a failure, but he wants to be a content creator and not a waiter. I don't know. I just would like to find out more information. And I hate that, you know, he feel that he need to do what he need to do. I hate that for him. Tag.
I'm on mute. Tamika, tag. I was just talking, but I wasn't. I was on mute. My bad.
Yeah. I felt a couple different ways with this part of the episode, because it was some parts in this episode that I felt like things was just kind of being thrown in there. Like, I didn't get why Kelvin was coming saying he wanted him arrested when he's the one that came there, and then we just squared off with each other and we had a fight. Now, had he said is because he took my keys and I feel like he was lying about the keys and he still have the keys and he think he gonna rob him, maybe that would have been more believable to me. Before to be based around the fight, I didn't get it. I felt like we didn't even need that part. And then worst come to worst, change your damn locks, because I wouldn't trust him. Even if he gave the key back, I would think he had another damn copy. And we already know that he wants something with Bridget. I don't know, child, what the hell he want with her. Then as far as the part with Vaughn, I don't know. If I know he mentioned the mental health before, and then she kind of shrugged it off and was like, oh, you people, the younger generation, everything is mental health. We wasn't like that in our day, which is very true. And I appreciate them talking about mental health more on these shows because, yes, I do my self-care Saturdays, and it's very important to me. I just feel like Bridget has been getting red flags throughout from both men, in my opinion. And I think she really needs to focus on herself. She definitely, first of all, they be treating her like she to help her friends, and I don't be feeling that either. But then she also kind of makes me feel like she does things based off of what people think more so than what she want to do. I don't know. And, sometimes people be like that too. So now when it comes to him sending her this message, I feel like she was in the right place because she was able to have support around her. She was able to get Pastor Jeff on the phone with her, which is good, even though he didn't seem like he really was trying to be receptive to what he was saying. And it could go two ways. I've been in this situation twice. One was with my son's father, and the other one was with somebody that I barely knew that I was trying to get to know. And sometimes people do things like this for attention, but you never know. I've also have lost too many people at this point that have taken themselves out. And I remember before it was like people would be like, oh, that's not our thing. We don't do that, right? And we don't go to and all of those things. So again, shining the light is important. I actually had somebody that not only tried to hurt themselves, but then tried to turn to hurt me. And then when I got away from them, they lied to the damn cops and was like, we married, we got kids. This was before I even had my son. I wasn't thinking about no marriage or kid. And the cops was pretty much like, well, this is your word against his. Now you got to get an order of protection and you kind of on your own. So that was a crazy situation within itself. And either way, you don't want to see anybody hurt themselves. You damn sure don't want them hurting you. So for me, going forward, I hope that, I don't know if he actually took himself out or not. I don't think he did. But either way, I would hope that they would get him help. I would hope that he would have some counseling. We might have to put you in, have a 24-hour hold or whatever. I would hope that Pastor Jeff keeps counseling him. And now Bridget may need some counseling too, because that's going to be triggering for her that she even went through that and had him saying all this, on the phone. So this was definitely a major situation that happened. I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting all of this to be happening, child. It was definitely deep. So yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely. Tisha?
This episode showed that pretty much everybody needs to go to therapy. And as far as Calvin, baby, you started this. Like, you busted up in there, and actually you pushed Javon first.
Mm-hmm.
So, sir, I don't know what you calling the police for. Mind your business, settle down, and go to boxing practice or something. I don't know. You need to just stop. And then Bridget, I hear what y'all saying about she shouldn't be listening to everybody else, but baby, you can't have it both ways, because you can't keep telling them all of the drama that he brings to your life and then be mad when they say something back to you. Like, your friends are there to support you, and they still love you and accept you and allow for you still talking. You still keep telling them that he's not doing right. So you have to listen to what they're saying. They don't have to, your decisions don't have to be based on them, but it is what it is. And as far as the red flags, Bridget, a big old red flag too. Obviously Calvin is, but Bridget needs to find out what it is in her that always feels like she needs to save people or act like somebody's mama and do this for them and do that for them. Because Vaughn, I feel bad for him, and especially in this situation. And I remember when Rashida was like, yeah, a lot of the young men that come into the church are angry. And I understand that as well. But Bridget is your girlfriend, not your therapist. And he can't expect that from her. Now, she can care for him. And I do like that, they were trying to talk him off the ledge and all that sort of thing, going past Jeff, and even Pastor Jeff fell into place and everything like that, offering him housing and all that sort of thing. They rallied as a group, as they should, to support both Bridget and Vaughn. And I can appreciate that, but even after all it is said and done and he decides to get himself, that doesn't mean that she has to be with him. And she can love him all she wants to, but it doesn't mean that he's right for her. It doesn't mean that she's right for him, and the other side of it, again, I feel for Vaughn. I hope this is not the case, but a part of me, y'all, I deal in humor, so part of me kind of feel like you better have done it, because if you're out here lying, it should be hell to pay. playing games like that. That is not funny. That is not cool. And guess what else it is? Him that threat of I'm gonna unalive myself because you don't want to be with me, blah, blah, blah. That's a narcissistic tactic. So if he is not unalived and he was just playing that game, she needs to be careful of him anyway, because he's dangerous. And it starts emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Because that's manipulative. And if he can, it's only going to escalate further and further and further to the point where he'll be violent. And so I just feel like Bridget needs to tread lightly and go to therapy, find out that she is worth being with a man who has a job and who loves himself and who will love her and treat her right, where she doesn't have to carry all the weight in the relationship.
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly 100% agree with you. I don't think that they should be together at all, but I also want Bridget to make her own decision at the end of the day. Make your own decision. If you're going to be with him, and then stop complaining about it, because that's the key. You got to stop complaining about it if you're going to continue to choose this. Otherwise, let's just move on. Like, this is sad. Yeah, I get it. We don't want him to do this. And I loved how even though, you know, I be talking shit about Pastor Jeff, and I did talk shit about him, I said, Pastor Jeff, you should just went ahead and gave Rashida this phone, because this seemed like a Rashida moment right here, bruh. Because you was not doing enough for me. He don't like you. He's still mad at you from the damn party. He remember? Like the way that you treated him. That's why you gotta be careful how you be treating folks. But
Yep.
I said we need to get. But Rashida was back there. You know, she was calling on the Holy Spirit. So I said, you know what?
Yeah.
Hands outstretched. Yes. I was like, she went straight into interceding. I said, okay.
So I was like, okay, we good there. I said she got to do what she got to do. But Tika, your go, boo.
I'll just say that all this stuff is relatable. Like with Tamika saying that she's experienced somebody do that. Unfortunately, I've dealt with the same type of experience, and it wasn't through text messages. They took out the time to write a whole letter to tell me that because they can't be with me, they don't want to be here anymore. So that this episode, I ain't gonna even lie to y'all, was triggering, and it makes you say, are they doing this just for attention? But then when they actually act out on it, it's like, how does the person who they sent this note to, how do they heal from what they have just experienced? So I just feel like I feel bad for Vaughn, because he kind of told us he dealing with mental health issues. She shrugged it off because of the fact that, you know, y'all young people always talking about mental health. And, you know, she didn't think at that moment how serious this, you know, could have gotten. And then on top of that, y'all, it was his 30th birthday. Like, remember, he was 29. He said he gonna be 30 in a couple of days. It was his 30th birthday. So for him to do that on his birthday, whether he survives it or whether he did it on his birthday, the day that you're supposed to feel the most love, and he felt no love from nobody. So I empathize with Vaughn. He could have been a better person. His circumstances didn't allow him to be the person that he probably could have been. He probably has some great content creator ideas, but it just didn't work the way that he did, because he probably didn't have any real guidance. I'm not making any excuses for Vaughn, who he is or his situation, but there's a lot of factors that the show is really not giving us to kind of make a true decision as to, you know, why he really did what he did. But you know, it was a deep scene, and all I can recall and think about is at the end of that scene, or that, you know, that moment, they do give us the suicide prevention line 988. So for anybody that is dealing with anything, hit that hotline 988. And then, you know, I'm no therapist, but shoot, if you need somebody to talk to, you can always hit me up at my email, ruthlessfansfb@gmail.com, or you can find me on Instagram, all things ruthless, Tika Deshawn, hash or whatever. However, if you just need somebody to talk to, please, before you make a decision that's going to, take your life, please reach out to somebody for some help. So that's all I really took away from that moment.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Definitely a very serious conversation. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that this show is tackling actually are very good topics. Do I wish we would lean in a little bit harder with it in some cases? I do, because I think I think this show resonates, and I think that's why a lot of people are watching it, because these are a lot of things. Like we giving Geneva a hard time, but shit happens like this for real in real life. People fall out of love all the time and make these decisions and these choices. Like I think it was Candy who said that's why we have some of these shows that we have, because these things really do happen. And a lot of times when we introduce kids into the situation, that's a lot of times why a lot of people continue to stay even when they're not happy. I think just on a conversational standpoint, I think we've been trained that we're supposed to be able to like we're failures if our marriages don't work. Like if we get married and it don't work, we failed at something. But I think it takes a lot for a person to walk away from something when they know it truly doesn't serve them at the end of the day. I just really wish that Geneva would figure out how to do this the correct way and not do it in this shady way, because I think this is something that people tackle all the time. And like I said, the goal is to be happy when you're married. That person is supposed to add something to it. And not saying that William is a bad person, but he just may not be her person anymore. That season, it may be gone, and it just is what it is. But we got to do better. I love the conversations that they're evoking. I love everything that's going on with Divorced Sistas right now. I'm excited to see where we go. I believe we have 2 more episodes. We're 8 episodes into. This is the first half of the first season, y'all. So there will be a part 2. Y'all know TP, he like to come back quick. So we gonna see how quick he gonna come back on this one. But we here, we here. I need final thoughts, ladies. I'm starting down with my girl Candy Love. Final thoughts on this episode and what you think might happen with the next episode. Do you think Vaughn is gonna go through with it or not? Is she there? Oh, Tamika, you go ahead. She might not be there.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate them touching important topics. And also just aggravating me the way they do at times where I'll be wanting to curse people out. The only thing I liked about Neva this episode was her outfit, girl. Go ahead and give me that outfit. I liked how she switched up from the break. Other than that, I want to put her and damn what's his name? Well, Third Leg, aka Third Leg. I want to put both of them over my damn knee. Hopefully I want to see if Pastor Jefferson can actually keep up being supportive of his daggone wife. Okay, how long is it gonna last? What the hell Naomi gonna be doing? And we still trying to take out this damn hit since we didn't get her this episode. What's gonna happen with Ron? Is he gonna get the help that he need? And also, I second that emotion of what Tika was just saying. I tell people all the time, you could DM me on Instagram or Facebook. Listen, I suffer with depression too. I've been depressed as hell these last 2 weeks. Okay, so we all in this together. You are not alone.
That is very true. I think people go through depression sometimes and don't even realize that they're even depressed, or don't even know how to recognize the signs that they are in. I know I myself have definitely didn't even realize it. So I get it. So final thoughts, Tisha?
Oh, okay. My final thoughts. Oh, the one thing I forgot to say about Bridget was that Calvin can say all he wants to her, that she deserves a good man, all this other kind of stuff. But until Bridget believes it, she's not going to get that. Because even if it wasn't Vaughn, it'd be somebody else. And that's my final thoughts in terms of the show and for everybody. And also just to piggyback off of what the other lady said too, listen, I'm not in the headspace where I'm like, if you reach out to me for help, whatever, but I will say this, everybody needs some help. And I had my therapy session before I came online. So every 2 weeks I see my therapist. So when you need help, please just reach out. And sometimes you don't have to wait until there's something traumatic that has happened. You can, if you just feel in any kind of way, reach out to somebody. There are plenty of resources. If you use the EAP at your jobs, it's there for a reason, and it's usually free. So reach out to there at least to get started, and then see what your insurance covers. And if you don't have that, see whatever resources are available. There's plenty out here. I will say the Loveland, my therapist didn't start off in my network, but for Black women and Black girls, there's what's called the Loveland Foundation. And if you apply there, doesn't matter for income or anything, they will, if you get accepted into the program, they'll give you 12 vouchers worth $120 each. So they give you up to 12, so you can be in one cohort. I just finished up my cohort, and now my therapist is actually in my network now. So I just got my copay. So whatever you need to do to reach out to get some help, please do that, because anxiety, depression, all sorts of things are out here running amok. And especially for those of us that look like us, we need it, especially in a world that doesn't want to give us our just due, that doesn't love us, doesn't care for us like that. We need to be able to rely on somebody and each other. So, and with that said, I appreciate all you ladies. I really do. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Y'all know Tisha she be knowing where them resources at. So definitely, like everybody said, reach out to somebody if you need help. Sheeta, I don't think we got you. I think you had stepped away. Final thoughts?
Yeah, this show, I had got in my feelings. That's why I had to get off for a minute. I had got in my feelings, child. And I'm in my feelings still yet, but I'm here, and y'all said enough. I agree with everybody. I can't do no more.
Okay. And Tika, final thoughts with it?
This episode was just heavy, and I'm just looking forward to another episode, to come up. I'm just enjoying Divorced Sisters in a whole. I don't even want to predict, because I flipped around and saw one of them darn synopsis, and I'm like, dang it, why did I do that? So it's really distorting my emotions right now, but I'm still looking forward to the episode. Shout out to Pierre V. Johnson.
Okay.
We talk trash all the time about Vaughn, but Pierre V. Johnson as an actor, I've been watching his development from the time he was a blinker on Bruh, up until the time he went to the Rakadushi compound, up until now, and he's had other roles here and there. But his acting abilities have grown, and he had me convinced. That's all I can say in this episode. He had me convinced that he was really ready to go. So with that, I'm just looking forward to hanging out with y'all next week so we can talk about this next episode. Hopefully it's not as heavy as this one. But I guess we gotta take what we can get with Tyler Perry, And one other thing, and this don't have nothing to do with the show, with Divorced Sisters, but I just wanted to send a special prayer out to Tamala Mann. She's in the hospital. And I just want everybody if you pray, just say a prayer for her. She's somebody that actually brought me to the Tyler Perry plays. Like, her singing is what actually got me to watching them, other than what they were doing. But her voice was something that just drew me to that show. And so she's currently in the hospital. She's not responsive. It's been a few days that she's been in that state. It's not a rumor. I don't know exactly what is wrong with her, but I do know for a fact that she is definitely in that hospital. And just pray for the Mann family, Tamala Mann, David Mann. Y'all know them as Cora and Mr. Brown. So just
absolutely,
that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Woo. Yeah, this episode was. It's okay. No, you're fine. This is real life at the end of the day. And that's what that's what we're here for. But yeah, definitely prayers up to them. I didn't even know that. I feel like I be at the loop sometimes, but I didn't know that. But anyway, y'all, that was it for Divorced Sisters. I'm gonna go around and see what everybody has going on their channel, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Big Sheeta, you got anything going on? I know you've been doing Twisted Tuesdays.
And you ain't came up there yet.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Again, I extend the invitation to any and all, but everybody's welcome. I you know, if you can't, I understand. If you can, I understand, and I greatly appreciate it. But anyway,
You see that, Tika? Do you see this? Do you see what I'm dealing with right now? Okay.
Oh no,
okay.
she's throwing them shots at both of us. I hear you.
Okay. Okay, Big Sheeta, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, y'all don't double team me now. But yeah, so yes, on Tuesdays I've been doing just some movies that took a turn one way or another. You know, got the women losing their mind, and Lord have mercy, it made me think about Naomi. But anyway, got people, you know, the ladies going crazy. So we've been doing throwback movies. This week we did, help me, Letitia, single white
female.
Yeah, so yeah, we've done Misery, Single White Female, Serial Mom, what is it?
And Rocks the Cradle.
Rocks the Cradle.
Attraction.
Double Jeopardy.
Yeah, we got Double Jeopardy coming
up. Yeah.
Just checking, you know, on the channel, and you'll see what I got going on. Next Wednesday, I do know I'll be doing Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 reunion episode 1. So just check us out next Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday I'll be right back here with these ladies.
Okay.
Thank you.
See, I be paying attention. See how I knew everything that was going down? I be in it. I may not be in it, but I be paying attention. What's up, like Letitia girl? What you got going on your channel?
Okay, I am in Candy's good graces because I was on Tuesday's crew for Twisted Tuesdays. That was good. So, yep. So Twisted Tuesdays on Tuesday. Monique 69 Ways and I will be doing our weekly recap of Beyond the Gates on tomorrow at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to catch up with us on what has happened this week, and if you were screaming at the TV today, like I was, you will join us tomorrow so we could talk about it. And then, of course, on Thursdays, we're back here on Divorced Sistas. But don't forget, just keep your notifications on, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.
Tamika, boo-boo, I know you haven't been doing a whole lot, but you definitely are on a lot of panels. What you got going on your channel? What you want the people to know?
Yeah, I'm actually about to, even though I feel like I can't keep my eyes open, I'm about to watch BMF with Moochie, and we're going to do a first reaction when that episode go off. And then, you know, I do my own just little quick thoughts with, Divorced Sistas and Shy and BMF. And then I'll join EJ and Moochie for the Shy panel. Of course, I'm here with the Divorced Sistas panel. I think we're going to be having a Sisters panel soon because I think Sisters is coming back around the corner. So, yeah.
Back on.
And Wednesdays, I'll join Inga and the panel to talk about Squid Games. We're going to be discussing the last 2 episodes of that. So, y'all come on through. Hit that like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed.
Hey. And as for me, just keep your notifications turned on. I think I've been doing a countdown for All the Queen's Men. My video did not go live today, but when I get off of here, I'm going to upload it. We're going to be talking about Dime today. So I've just been doing little small videos, throwing in a little bit of that, you know, that original music, giving y'all something to vibe to while we count down to the days that Madam come back and we can bring Virtual Club Eden back, where it's always a vibe. Of course, you know, Ticket to Shine and I are excited about Club Virtual Eden coming back. And we want to thank everybody on the panel because you guys are so dope, always coming through and hanging out with us, and everybody that came through to talk about the show. What I love about this panel the most is that everybody has their own mind, their own thoughts, their own decisions, and they can express those things so well, and we can see everybody's point of views and perspectives. I love you ladies real bad, just so y'all know, because we're all emotional right now. I feel like I gotta tell people you love them while they're here. So I love you guys very much.
Love you too.
So, you know, there's that. Tika,
one more thing. I'm sorry. Tomorrow night in the Discord, we all gonna be watching Sinners. If anybody want to hang with us at 9:00, I think.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
that's
Nice.
what's up. Yeah, it's on HBO now, so we can watch it. Watch it. Tika, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take us on up out of here with what you got going on, and then let the people know to make sure to hashtag replay squad this thing. You know,
Yeah, hashtag replay squad this thing. Candace, send me the link so I can join you for Double Jeopardy. Did you say it was Double Jeopardy that you're supposed to be doing? Whatever it is, send it to me. I'm gonna be committed. I'm gonna commit myself to it right here live and in full effect, because it's been a while since we've been on a thing together. So yes, thank you, and I appreciate it. And this is always just fun. I always have a good time with you ladies. Like EJ says, we basically agree to disagree on certain things, but we know how to do it in a mature manner. And ain't nobody mad at the end of the night. I love all of y'all, whether I talk to you or not. I love all of y'all. You know what I mean? So I think this episode got me emotional. So I'm gonna just tell y'all what I got going on the channel real quick. I got one more episode of the Black Dagger Brotherhood. I thought it was finished, but I do have one more episode that I'm gonna go live tomorrow and recap that final episode. Divorced Sistas, of course, will be back. I have been doing a couple of little small clips, so you can check those out. They're short, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. You can check those out. I would greatly appreciate it. Just waiting for my men of Eden to come on back, because I need them in my life ASAP. I'm just saying. And that's pretty much it, y'all. EJ, thank you. Hype me up. Hey, okay, nah, that's not okay. But y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for tapping in. We appreciate you.
peace.
She's caught up in a flirtation with another man who plays my dangerous foreplay. She's caught up in a flirtation with another man who plays my dangerous foreplay. What ain't the word for what I've been feeling? Lying next to love, but it ain't healing. I ain't out here looking, but I sure don't mind when trouble knocking, whispering in my line. It's wrong, but it's thrilling, like a secret show. This ain't love, but it's starting to glow. He